Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about my second of four college basketball games here today. This game is moved up to noon Eastern, but number 22, North Carolina beats number 14, Virginia, 85-80 reaction. They come back in the second half. I believe they trailed by as many as, 16 at one point? They come back, they outscored Virginia 51-37 in the second half. What a comeback, man. They come back from down 16 in the first half to upset Virginia at home. Jaron Stevenson had 17 points, I believe. 17 all in the second half. A gritty win. Caleb Wilson had a clutch bucket at the end. I believe him and Vasar, man, have been really good this year. Vasar didn't have a great game today, but just in general, Wilson had a clutch bucket at the end when it was 81-79. After they had 7-point lead cut down 2, it's a clutch bucket. But Jaron Stevenson was huge off the bench. Bogovac had 3 threes off the bench. Him and Jaron Stevenson were huge in this game, especially Jaron Stevenson. All 17 points in the second half. Caleb Wilson had 20. And what a win. To talk about a flip-the-script week in Chapel Hill. They won at Virginia today, I guess, after trailing at the break. Because last week, and just the recent games, man, their defense has been terrible. They've been allowing like 80, 90 points. They were really getting blown out by Cal most of that game. And you're thinking, North Carolina's in trouble with the way their defense is playing. But talk about flipping the script. One of the top teams in the ACC. You beat them. Caleb Wilson, another 20-piece. Jaron Stevenson, his best game as a heel, scored 17 in the second half off the bench. In this game, Bogovac, I think he had like 14. Back up. A great 2-0 week for North Carolina. Needed it. And it's just such a huge win, especially after the cold West Coast trip, and especially on the road versus a damn good top 15 Virginia team. Jared Stevenson's best game of Hill. Seth Trimble making big plays. Caleb Wilson doing Caleb Wilson things. They shot really well, minimal turnovers. They fought back well. It's great signs for them. Kyan Evans will never play more minutes than Dixon the rest of the year. What's his name? Derek Dixon. Kyan Evans will should not be playing. He went 0 for 4 in 7 minutes. And Derek Dixon played a lot better offensively. He also had 7 assists. The dude he had 1 assist and 1 turnover. Derek Dixon needs to play more. Like Colin Evans will never play more minutes than him. Still love UVA, but they refuse to respect Jaron Stevenson. Overall, defensively weren't good enough. Tons of second chances created to close out the game so early on. And like I've said, schedule isn't amazing with this being one of their 3 best games left. But switching every ball screen allows Stevenson to do whatever he wanted. Kind of a horrible defensive game plan. Look, I know Stevenson hasn't had great scoring games at North Carolina, but if he's making shots, I'll always say this: if there's like if you think there's a not great shooter, if they're making shots, at some point you got to go out and guard them. You're switching every ball screen; it just does whatever they want. Look, Jaron Stevenson does not suck. He does not suck. Never has. But doing this game where Henry's struggle was huge. Everything you think they got, toasted by his output. Just crazy, man. I still like Virginia, but the defensive game plan was, it just wasn't good to me in this game. Like, Derek Dixon and Jaron Stevenson came up huge, and UNC's defense stepped up after the break. And look, I'm not acting like Virginia's some juggernaut or anything, but they're a damn good team. But maybe Stevenson needs to see the floor a lot more. And Derek Dixon had total control of the offense. That's what happens when you actually put a good guard out there, not named Colin Evans. But it's just, the Tarheels looked on the verge of getting blown out again because they were down by 16 in the first half. But Jared Stevenson came up huge. Derek Dixon controlled the offense. Caleb Wilson with 2 huge effort plays at the end, but a team effort all around. They needed this win and got it. I mean, question their defense. Look, kind of doubtful about them, but I was wrong. Fantastic performance by the Heels. And once Caleb Wilson hit that shot to put him up by 4, that was kind of felt like the dagger in that game. Flipping the script, man. Hometown kid, Jaron Stevenson, and delightful Derek in this ball game. But yeah, super fun ball game. Virginia looked like early on they get to a 16-point lead. You're like, you're thinking North Carolina. We're gonna have to talk about that defense again, how poor it was. But a road dub, you'll take those anytime in conference play, especially against a top 15 team. It just feels like every time, people are questioning Hubert Davis. Is he on the hot seat or this or that? And then they just pull out these wins. Every single time for Hubert Davis, you're like, oh, is he on the hot seat? And you're being critical. But it just seems like every time they fight through that adversity. They still need to work on their free throw shooting. They're just lucky Virginia couldn't make a fucking 3 at the end. Really saw win. Proving they can handle business on the road was crucial. Stevens was clutch. Huge defensive stop. He draws a charge late. Followed by a 3-pointer. He was absolutely clutch in the second half on both ends of the floor. Offensively had 17 points. And he drew a charge at the defensive end. Credit to Hubert. The proper adjustments were made. This doesn't nullify previous complaints, but what a comeback. Definitely their best win of the season. They definitely played for Hubert's job. And a good quad 1 victory. The halftime adjustments are huge, and we'll see if that gets this team going. Well, let's go over the stat sheet. Super fun game in the second half, man. It was kind of back and forth in that second half. Really back and forth the entire second half. Super fun to watch. North Carolina's comeback in this game was back and forth. Really great game to watch. But North Carolina, they improved to 16-4, 4-3 in ACC play. They scored 85 points, 34 in the first half, 51 in the second half. Absolutely went off in the second half. Virginia drops to 16-3, 16-3, 5-2 in ACC play. Scored 80 points, 43 in the first half, 37 in the second half. North Carolina done a much better job in the second half of this ball game. Let's go over the team stats now. Caleb Wilson, 20 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 8 for 12 from the field, 4 of 6 on threes. Vesar, 7 points, 3 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3. Derek Dixon, 11 points, 7 assists, 4 of 11, 2 of 3 on threes. But he controlled the offense really, really well when he was out there. Seth Trimble, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 5 of 6 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3, 4 of 6 from the line. Seth Trimble was making plays. Jaden Young, 7 minutes of cardio. Don't know why he starts. Zayden High, 3 minutes of cardio. Jared Stevenson, 17 points, 6 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3. Luka Bogovac, 4 of 7 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 14 points. 5 of 9 from 3 there combined from Stevenson and Bogovac. I think 31 total points from those guys. And Powell, 0.7 rebounds of Colin Evans, 7 minutes of cardio. They shot 49% from the field, 45 from 3, 10 of 22, 15 of 22, 68% from the line. Got to work on that free throwing. But otherwise, perfect game from them in the second half. 28 rebounds, 17 assists, only 4 turnovers, limited turnovers, 5 steals, 3 blocks, 8 O-boards, 20 D-boards, 14 fouls. For Virginia, DeRitter, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 7 of 11 from the field, 1 of 1 from 3, 5 of 8 at the line. Grunlow, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 of 7, 1 of 4 from 3. Sam Lewis, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 4 of 7 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. Dallin Hall, 8 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 of 8 from the field. He was good on both ends. Blake Thomas, 11 points, 3 of 12, 3 of 8 on threes. Nienso, 8 points, 4 of 5 from the field. Tillis, 3 points. Chance Mallory, 11 points. Jakari White, 2 points. They shot 45% from the field, 30% from 3, 8 for 27, 70% from the line, 14 of 20, 44 rebounds, 14 assists, had 11 turnovers to North Carolina's 4, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 16 O-boards, 28 D-boards, and 18 fouls. But what a game here, man. North Carolina gets the 85-80 win on the road. So that's all to say. Leave a like, subscribe for more. Peace.